Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Future Special Chapter number 2, and this one is titled First Kiss, Part 2. Ginny showered and changed outfits into her training gear, taking another set of clothes to get into once her and Soshi had finished their workout. "I'm ready, Daddy," Ginny called as she skipped down the stairs to the kitchen. "Okay, Princess," he said with a smile as he followed her out the front door. "Hey, Ginny," Soshi greeted as she approached the house. He was already waiting for her at the front door. "Hey, So!" she called back happily before kissing her dad on the cheek and running towards the orange-eyed heartthrob. "I'm just going to say hi to your parents, Soshi, if that's okay," Kiri said as he strode up behind Ginny. "Oh, sure, Uncle Kiri. They're out the back. I'll get 'em," Soshi said politely. He invited the duo inside before jogging to the back door and sliding it open. "Mum, Dad, Uncle Kiri and Ginny are here." "Thanks, honey," Jem said, hopping up out of her chair and walking to the door. "Come on out, you two. Would you like a drink?" "Hey, guys," Kiri said, greeting Jem and Sho as he walked out the door. "I'd love a drink." "Mum, Ginny and I will be in the training dojo, okay?" "Sure, honey. Hi, Ginny. Have fun, sweet," Jem said. "Thanks, honey, Jem. And hi, Uncle Shoto," Ginny said as she pulled her head back through the door and followed Sushi down the hall. Shoto smirked. "Soshi's been planning this day for a while," he said to Kiri as Kiri sat down, gratefully accepting the glass of punch that Jem handed him. "What do you mean?" Kiri asked. "He's been asking me questions about asking girls out," Shoto said with a chuckle. "I have a feeling he's going to ask Jin out today." Kiri grimaced. That might be a problem because Yin told me that Chi kissed Ginny this morning." "He what?" Shoto shot. "That damn Bakugou kid gets in the way all the time," he seethed. Ginny deserves a good guy. He'll treat her right." "Like your Soshi?" Kiri asked with a smirk. "Yeah, like Soshi," Shoto said with a similar smirk on his face. "What can I say? He's a Todoroki. He's been brought up well." Kiri snorted with a chuckle. "Well, it's up to Ginny now, I guess." Soshi and Ginny had been training hard for a good 20 minutes and both were sweating up a storm. She was enjoying being with Soshi. He was level-headed and he was a great opponent, always giving her good tips on how to improve her technique. "Okay, let's work on your core," he said, and she collapsed down onto her back. "I'll anchor your feet," he said, walking over and squatting down, pinning her feet to the floor. "Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, he chanted as Ginny did full-length sit-ups, her face coming close to his each time. "Wait, is he moving closer each time?" 10, 11, he continued. "He is. Our noses nearly touched that time." 12, full sit-ups, Jin, he coached, as she didn't complete a full sit-up for fear of their noses touching. "Soshi, move back a bit. I'm going to smack faces with you," she laughed as she panted. "Is that a problem?" he asked slyly, his orange eyes shining with mischief. She chuckled nervously. "Maybe." "Why?" he asked. "Is it a problem if our faces touch?" Well," she said, stopping her sit-ups. I went out with Chi this morning. Not a date," she added quickly. "But at the end of it, he kissed me." "He kissed you?" Soshi asked with surprise, then scowled. "Did you know you were coming here tonight?" "Yeah." "Did he tell you he liked you?" "Yeah." "No, did he actually say, 'I like you, Ginny'?" Ginny furrowed her brows and thought. No, he didn't actually say that. Why?" Soshi sighed and sat back. "Look, there's something I want to talk to you about tonight," he started. Ginny's stomach flipped. "But I don't know if I should say it now because it just complicates things," he added. "So you need to tell me," Ginny said. "You can't just say something like that and then not tell me." "Okay," he sighed again. "But first I just want to tell you that you need to watch Chi. He's crafty." Ginny scowled. Okay, I know you like him already and I'm sorry, but I really care about you and I'm only saying this because I don't want to see you get hurt," Soshi added quickly. "Ever since we were kids, I've had a massive crush on you." Ginny's stomach churned. She felt sick. "And then when I went to America, I always thought about you and I longed to come back and find you. Then when I saw you the first day at UA? He paused and looked into her eyes. I got butterflies in my tummy. You were beautiful. You still are beautiful. I really like you, he said as he watched her expression. Ginny's mouth had gone dry. Her heart was beating out of her chest. Soshi had just confessed to her, like, the real way. The way that she'd always dreamed that one of these boys would. But he said through gritted teeth. He's always been that one step ahead of me. It's frustrating. He's always seen me as competition, and rightly so, but he's sneaky. He's underhanded. I bet he kissed you just because he thought that I might confess tonight. He didn't want me to win you. Soshi, you know Chi wouldn't do that, Ginny said softly. Wouldn't he? Soshi shot back. He changed the whole story of my gems cutting him back in kindy, just so you wouldn't like me anymore. He's always been jealous of me. He wanted me out of the picture. Ginny couldn't argue with that. These two boys had indeed been fighting over loving her since the beginning of time. I'm sorry, I've complicated things for you now by confessing, but just know that whatever you choose, I just want you to be happy. I'll always be here for you. Ginny welled up. Soshi was such a good guy, and she felt terrible that he had always been second-bested by Chisuki. She lunged forwards and hugged him, a few tears escaping her eyes and rolling down her cheeks. I'm so sorry, Soshi, she whispered into his neck. Don't apologise, he said, rubbing her back. You're not to blame here. No one's to blame. It's just how things have played out, unfortunately. Ginny sniffed and hugged him tighter. Whatever happens, you'll always be in my life, okay? She said, her voice shaking. Soshi hugged her tighter. I'm sorry, but I kind of just want to go home now. Soshi nodded sadly. Okay, Jin. Text Uncle Kiri to come get you. And that's how the night ended. Soshi was relieved in a way for confessing. At least that was off his chest and out in the open, but he felt bad for then lumping that extra stress onto Ginny. Now it was up to make her decision who she wanted as her boyfriend. But first, Ginny needed to figure out if Chi actually did like her and wanted to date her, or did he just do it to spite Soshi? She fell asleep that night with a troubled heart. Now, unfortunately, when I wrote this story, I just left it at that, which I'm as frustrated as you guys are. I'm like, what happens? Who does she pick? Look, it could go either way. I know some of you are in Camp Chi, some of you are in Camp Soshi. So let me know in the comments, who do you reckon that she should date and reasons why and wherefore? Essays are more than welcome. I'm sure that you got plenty to say on the subject. But there will be a few more special chapters detailing Ginny's wedding. So stay tuned for that next Wednesday. I'll see you there.